Hi all, this is the friendly guy. Today I am here with a new video. Today I am going to cover all the guns which players use mostly in the Deadside game, and I have spent some time to calculate the rate of fire, and based on that I can now calculate the damage per second for each of the gun, and based on that data I'll show you my calculations, and these calculations are done manually because I could not find any config file or any other thing, so there might be slight deviation from the actual in-game data, but mostly the things would be same, and I hope you will like this data. So I have gone through each and every gun which I use in this game, and I calculated the time it takes to empty the whole mag, and then I used that number to calculate the rate of fire, and I already did a video which contained the damage for each of the gun, and I used that data to create damage per second. And based on that I was also able to calculate time to kill stats for these guns. So if you want to take a look at my other video, I'll just leave the link in the description, and in this video I'll be going through the rate of fire, DPS and time to kill for each of these guns. So I'll be keeping this video short and directly displaying the data. I'll be skipping all the shooting part, so you can just take a screenshot and keep it for your reference. So first up is the reload time. So I have calculated the reload time for these 5 guns. So the green indicates the best time in that category, and red indicates the worst time in that category. So here we can see the AR4 has lowest reload time, whereas P90 has highest reload time. But the thing is, the mag size is different for all these guns. So I have also calculated reload time per bullet. So it's the time it takes to reload each bullet. So we can see based on the stats, the P90 has the least reload time for each bullet. So that means the time compared to other guns is minimum when we calculate it for each bullet. On the other hand, UMR 45 has worst timing for reload time per bullet. It has a very large reload time and has a very small mag size, so that results in a higher reload time per bullet number. Now the next measurement is clip empty time in seconds. So this is the time it takes to empty the whole clip for that gun. So longer this time, so longer you can spray with that gun. So here we can see that P90 has a clip empty time of 3 seconds. AKM and AKSU also have almost similar time, but slightly lower than P90. AR4 and UMR 45 have very low time. So based on this number, AR4 and UMR 45 gives you very low spray time. UMR 45 has the worst number in this category. The next is the mag size. So here it's quite simple. AR4, AKM and AKSU have 30 mag size, whereas P90 has largest number, which is 50, and UMR 45 has least number, which is 25. The next category is rate of fire, which is in rounds per minute. So here I was surprised to see that AKM and AKSU have worst rate of fire, which is exactly the same, which is 600 bullets per minute, which is very close to real life AKM and AKSU. The AR4 has a very good rate of fire of 807, and UMR 45 have a decent rate of fire for 700, but P90 has a really great rate of fire, which is 980, and it's ridiculously large number, so you can just shred your opponents with this gun. Now, based on the damage calculation I did in last video, so I can now calculate the DPS, which is damage per second for each of the gun. Surprisingly, UMR 45 has highest damage per second, and AKSU has very low damage per second, and P90, AR4 have good damage per second, but surprisingly it's lower than UMR 45, and like these guns are almost 5 times the price of UMR 45, and like I'm not sure if these guns are really worth it. The only downside of UMR 45 is very high reload time and very small mag size, and slightly lower rate of fire. So other than that, it's your decision which gun you want to use. You have the DPS number now available for you. So next I'll be showing is time to kill data, which is calculated based on this table. So this indicates the time like each gun takes to kill an opponent for different armor types and different helmet types. You can take this screenshot and like use if you like for your reference. So I have divided this data into two categories. The first is for body shots and second is for headshots. So here you can just go through the data, and you can see each category. Green is the best time and red is the worst time, and surprisingly AKSU has worst time in almost all of the categories. So like this gun is really bad, and AKM also does not have very good numbers. It is also the low tier weapon for most of the categories. On the other hand, if you can hit headshots, so P90 would be the best thing. For body shots, the UMP 45 does most damage against opponent with no armor. AR4 is best against police vest and assault vest, which are some of the most common armor which people use in the game. And surprisingly, UMR 45 has better time against a heavy assault vest than P90 and AR4. So based on the data, we can see there is no clear-cut favorite weapon for all the categories. So it depends on how you want to play. So if you are going for the body shots, you can go for AR4 or UMR 45 if you are going to fight against guys which are just freshly spawned or have very heavy assault armor. If you can hit the headshots, I would suggest go for P90, as it will really kill most of the enemies within just a fraction of seconds. And if you can hit the headshots against assault and heavy assault helmet, you can go for AR4. So overall, AR4 is the best choice if you consider the body shots and headshots. It is good against all type of armors and like the things which are commonly used in the game. And that was all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave a like rating. It takes some efforts to make this data video, and I would really appreciate if you can leave a like rating and subscribe this channel. So that's all for this video. See you next time.